quiet rural street at sunset. An old woman in a faded sari sits under a neem tree. She didn't look like a sage, just a frail old woman sitting beside the road, watching the world walk past her, forgotten. But sometimes, the quietest souls carry the loudest truths. Anika, a teenage girl around 17, had just failed her college entrance test, again. The pressure, the comparisons, the shame, it all became too much. Her mother's voice still echoed in her ears. What will people say? She wasn't running away, she just needed to breathe. The old woman looks at Anika, smiles softly, and offers her a sip of water from a brass tumbler, and asked, "You think you're the only one whose heart feels heavy, child?" Anika blinks in surprise, nods slowly. Man to start Linda. Women said her story to Anika, Brown. It's not from books. It's from these wrinkles, this road, and a house that no longer calls me Ma. She raised 2 sons with everything she had, never complained, never asked for more than love and respect. But love is a strange thing. It becomes invisible when it's constant. As years passed, her sons got jobs, married, built lives. And somewhere between those milestones, they outgrew her. One day she was simply asked to leave. No drama, just silence and a closed door. The old woman walks to a tiny hut near the temple each night. Inside, a box wrapped in cloth sits in a corner. The old woman said, with full of sorrow, that, "I used to cry every night, until I stopped asking why. Then something strange happened. One night a girl just like you came here, hungry, scared, and I shared my food with her. She left smiling." Then Anika frowns. She came back 2 weeks later, with her mother and a job offer. That girl's now running an NGO for abandoned elders. Inside the box she guards is not money, it's letters. Not hers, but from those she helped after she lost everything. And each one ends the same way. "Thank you for reminding me I mattered." Anika sits quietly now, the anger fading. She listens as the woman speaks of betrayal, illness, survival, AC, and how kindness was her only revenge. Woman said to Anika, "When you lose everything, you have 2 choices, rot or root." Anika confused and asked, "What do you mean?" And then women replied, "You can rot in your pain, or you can root yourself in it. Let it become your reason to grow." That night, Anika didn't go home angry. She went home wiser. The words of a woman who had nothing left had somehow filled her with everything she needed. After few attempts, Anika passed her exam. But more importantly, she started teaching children. We often chase voices that are loud. But sometimes, it's a whisper from a cracked voice on a village road that becomes your turning point. She didn't come from a big house. She had no followers, no applause. But that old woman gave Anika what no one else could, a reason to rise. If this story made you pause, breathe, or think about someone you've forgotten, it did its job. Like, share, and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom. Comment with the words that changed your life. We might turn it into a story, because sometimes all it takes is one stranger to help you find yourself.